Hi, Aditya Nowotny, Network Marketing Mastery.pro. Today from the Lüneburger Heide in North Germany. And this is the second part about beliefs, limiting beliefs, and how you can transform them. Everybody of us has belief sentences, deep inborn beliefs. We often get them from our childhood. Sometimes even we take them over from our parents, who in turn have taken them over from their parents. Sometimes it goes back generations, which is why poor families often stay poor and rich families often stay rich generation after generation, because of the mindset, because of the beliefs they have. So if you want to change your fate, changing your beliefs is of utmost importance. And in the last video I told you about 6 core areas where you can look at your beliefs. I hope you have written down 2 or 3 beliefs in each of these fields. First field is the beliefs you have about yourself. Second is the beliefs you have about other people versus you or towards you. Third area is your beliefs about life in general. Is life good, or is life a constant struggle? Fourth beliefs, your beliefs about presenting. Fifth, your beliefs about selling. And sixth, your beliefs about money. With these 6 fields in which we all have certain beliefs and often limiting beliefs, you can easily change your life. And it will just take you 30 days to get a primary shift, which will actually show you how far you can go if you focus on it. So I told you in the last video, the secret is in reframing the beliefs. And how do you reframe a belief? For example, some people believe I'm good for nothing. And that's a very strong belief about someone, especially yourself. But the easy reframe of that would be very simply, I am good for something, or I am good for quite something, or I am good for very special things. And then you could enumerate these things that give you joy and the things where you have had already successes. So an easy reframe of I'm good for nothing is I am good for some very special things. And then you could enumerate them. Another reframe is, and that's a very personal one, I'm a guy who often comes late. And the reason why that is I hate to waste time. So when I have to go to the airport, I really don't want to wait 10 minutes uselessly in the terminal. So I usually take the last cab or I take the last train to the airport. But then sometimes things go wrong and then I'm really in trouble if I make the deadline for checking in. So you see how stupid that is, but that's a belief of mine that I don't want to waste any time. And so if I notice at home or at a hotel, oh, there's 10 more minutes, I could squeeze in something, then I do that. And that often puts me in trouble. So my belief, I don't want to waste time, which often was the reason for making me running late, has been reframed into I am enjoying to be early by being ahead of time. And in that way, I get many more things done with ease. I enjoy being early by being ahead of time. And in that way, I can get more things done with ease. So it's a very simple reframe, but you get the point. You have the positive reframe in very glowing words, in very beautiful words, in very positive words, but they speak to the core of the issue and they just turn it around 180 degrees. So how would you go about reframing such a personal belief? You could choose the way of hypnotherapy. It's quite effective. You can have it spoken on a tape, on a recording, and just play it to you every morning, every evening for the next 30 days. You could, of course, if you have a hypnotherapist, a guide, a coach, have that person working with you and doing the hypnotherapy protocol. That's one way. Could be also simple affirmation. that you repeat that affirmation 3 times or 9 times or even 21 times every morning, and 3 times, 9 times, 21 times every evening, right before going to bed. Doing that for 30 days will produce a massive shift in your perspective. Your belief will actually change, and you will see it even within the first and second week that things become different, that you behave different. For example, in my case, I started being early and really being able to do things then there, being early, with ease. Another way could be that you write down these belief sentences on a piece of paper and you just read them to yourself 3 times in the morning, 3 times in the evening. And you could even see it with glowing golden letters, no matter in which color you have written it, and really washing upon you if you're the visual type. And then you put that piece of paper in a cupboard, which you will rarely open, and which maybe in 1 year you will open, and in 1 year you will be amazed just by having done that, reading that to yourself for 30 days, morning and evening, produce a massive change. Another way would be use essential oils. Essential oils bypass the conscious mind, they go directly to the subconsciousness. And there are certain oils like frankincense or myrrh or sacred frankincense or some blends that really work well accessing the deeper, the mystic layers of your mind. So you would inhale the oil or have it in a diffuser, diffused into the room, and then again you would repeat these sentences 3 times, 9 times, 21 times in the morning, 3 times, 9 times, 21 times in the evening for just 1 month, and that does it. So that was an example about personal beliefs. I'm good for nothing being reframed into I'm good for very special things, and those things are, and then you enumerate. Or I'm always late, which was really my reality, not just my belief sentence. I mean, of course, once it happens to you repeatedly, you start believing in it. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Things that happen to you regularly, you start to believe it will always be like this. Now the trick is your past does not predict your future. Your past does not predict your future unless you let it. And by changing your beliefs, you will change your future. So my belief, I'm always late, got replaced by I enjoy being early by being ahead of time, and in that way I'm getting things done, or I'm getting more things done with ease. That's examples for beliefs about ourselves, beliefs about others. One example, you never know what people are up to. You never know if people are really positive to me. Well, some people have that belief sentences, and interestingly, they also attract special people that you really don't know what they're up to, where you really have to be careful. Interestingly, change your beliefs and you change the people you attract. For example, I always attract good people who are helpful, who are sincere, and who help me progress on my way, as I do for them. It's very good, it's reciprocal. That means it's not just you getting things when it's with others, but it's a win-win in the belief sentence, something very positive, which our subconsciousness likes. So I am always attracting more and more helpful people who support me, who provide me help, and who show me how to go further, as I do for them. You can also specify exactly what kind of people you want to attract, and you do that for 30 days in the morning, 30 days in the evening, and you will see, wow, you start to attract different people who are really helpful for you and who you are not at odds with. Some people also always attract people they get into a fight with. Well, how useful is that? For example, I focus on attracting exactly the people that harmonize with me and I harmonize with them, that resonate with me and that I resonate with them, that amplify me and that I amplify. So these are beliefs about the people we meet and the people we attract. Third category, beliefs about life. My belief, life is good. Life is an ever-transcending journey, and I have no idea how many good things will still come to me. That's a fantastic belief and I love it. For me, every day is a holiday. That's another belief I have. Holiday means holy day. For me, every day is a vacation. I treat the day as vacating myself, emptying myself, at least a little part of it. Especially when I'm on the tour, especially when I'm journeying, then I really succeed in making every day a celebration, every day a holiday, and every day a vacation. The moment I leave a place, I vacate myself, I empty myself, I leave things behind. I'm open to new things. So life is a journey. I'm, of course, as a network marketer, as an international speaker, often journeying, traveling. And for me, the challenge is really when I'm at one place, especially when I'm at home, my usual surrounding, then I have to transfer this journey to the inner side. Then it's really up to me if I meditate, if I go out in nature, if I progress inwardly. Otherwise, it's easy to get stuck in life's patterns. That's what happens to many people. For many people, life is always the same. Life doesn't offer me anything special. Or you never know what comes next. Some people even believe whatever comes after will be even worse than what they experienced so far. That's a belief you can easily reframe. Whatever comes after, by my intention, will be better than what I have experienced so far. So really, that belief, whatever comes afterwards, will be probably down the slope, produces one reality, whereas if you intentionally say to yourself and believe whatever comes up after will be even better than what I experienced so far, produces a totally different result. Remember, your past does not predict your future, but your belief structures and your intention play a big role on what happens in your future. Beliefs about presenting. Some people's belief is, when I stand in front of people, I die. I'm afraid to death. When I'm standing in front of people, I don't know what to say. Reframe for that very simply. When I stand in front of people, there's so many good things, useful things and helpful things that I can share with them, that propels them forward, that lifts up their life and that gives them practical value that they can use from right now on. So such a belief sentence, it's a long one, and you can construct your own positive belief sentence, what benefit you want to give your audience. Whether that's one person, or that's a group of 20 people, or that's a hall of 200 or 500 people. It doesn't matter. It's always the same. In fact, the bigger crowds become in a way easier. And it's really, you're not going to die. If you're going to die by standing in front of people, that's because you put yourself first, your ego. What's happening to me? Oh my God, I will look bad. People will criticize me. People will not like what I say. And that's why people are dying. Now, that's egoism. Because you're not standing in front of people. You're not presenting to people because of yourself. You're presenting to others because of them. You want to give them a present, you want to bring them into the presence. For that you have to be present, of course. That's the key of presenting. And you want to improve their life. And so if you think about yourself and that you're afraid, you will never be able to improve their life. Whereas if your focus is on improving their life, how can I give them even more value? How can I even give more? Like some great speakers, they always speak longer than the gig actually lasts, because they want to squeeze in even one more benefit, even one more value that they send people home with. And so that attitude of really boosting up the value for the people they speak to lets them totally forget about themselves and lets them give massive value to people. So look at your beliefs about presenting. Next step is your beliefs about selling. And as I indicated in the last video, I believe if everything would disappear that you bought or that has been sold to you, you would live in a quite empty world. And there's actually many things surrounding you that give you a nice value, and they have been sold to you. So selling is by itself not bad. Why do some people have that mistaken view that selling is bad? Well, maybe the salesman is obnoxious. Some people feel, oh, I'm forcing myself on people, I make them feel uncomfortable. Well, hint, if you feel uncomfortable, you make them feel uncomfortable. If you feel happy, you make them feel happy. You can see the real great salespeople, they're very happy when they're making the sale. And so an easy reframe of I'm putting a burden on people, or I'm making people feel uneasy, or people run away from me when I'm trying to sell them something, would be very simply, people get joy and excitement in the moment I'm selling them something. People get joy and excitement in the moment I'm selling them something, which is absolutely true. Have you ever bought something? And the more money you spent, the more exciting it felt. People love buying. And so that's really, you're giving your buyer a moment of bliss. So nothing to be nervous about. On the contrary, enjoy. It's a feast. Celebrate with your buyer, congratulate them, say, wow, this is really great that you did that. You will enjoy it so much. Now, funnily enough, people even love buying things they never later on will use. They do it only for the thrill of buying. Now, from an ethical standpoint, of course, you should sell things that are useful, that really add value to them, but never forget that the moment of buying is a blissful one, and that you as a salesperson can make them fully experience that joy and that excitement. And never anymore think about putting a burden on them, being a hassle to them, making them nervous, making them feel pressured or anything. Just focus on the joy they get when they make that investment. That's another reframe. Last reframe about money. For example, money is something that can be used in a positive and in a negative way, depending on your character. Many people have the belief money corrupts character. And if I have a lot of money, I will get a bad character. Simple reframe of that, it depends on my character how I use the money. Or a noble character will use money in a noble way. Or another belief, for example, some people, they like to earn money, but then they spend it. And it's really not only about earning a lot of money, but also about keeping some of the money. And so that's something which also is one of my beliefs. I invest a lot in myself. I spend like 30,000 or 50,000 a year in my personal development, in coaches, in training programs, because really that's what makes you move forward. And I hope you do the same. You spend a certain percentage of your income in investing in yourself. Now the funny thing, a train could drive over me. An airplane could crash down on my head. So all the investment I made in myself could disappear in a moment. But still, I believe in investing 30,000 to 50,000 a year in myself. Why am I not investing it in stocks or in other forms of investment? Why am I not saving 30 to 50,000 a year? Because I believe, well, maybe the stock market goes down, well, maybe the money will be worth less anyway. And that's my limiting belief. So I reframed it in such a way, investing in building wealth and keeping money is as valuable as investing in myself. Investing in building wealth and building up money value is as valuable as investing in myself. So I threw in two personal examples. So you see, we're all in the same boat. We all have our limiting beliefs. But with these reframes, we can really turn the ship around. So I know I've given you a lot of work. If you want support, get my program Mind Power, how you can optimally use the power of your thoughts. It's an online training and really supports you in many ways, not just in reframing your beliefs. And I know that by reframing your beliefs in these 6 key areas, taking the next month, the next 30 days, every morning, every evening, you will really change your destiny. And I wish that for you. I want that for you. I want to celebrate you, and many people want to celebrate you. See you next time. Aditya Nowotny, networkmarketingmastery.pro.